Hi guys, Pastor Ron Buchanan Jr., Birch Chapel Baptist Church in Burnsville, North Carolina. It meant the absolute world to me and my church for Brother Mark and Brother Richard to come down. It had been a week-long process, maybe a little longer, trying to get showers and communications and hot meals. Mark was a godsend. Thank you, sir.
Hurricane Helene hit. We saw all of the devastation on the news, and we knew that then 1-in-7B Foundation needs to get there. Our first location, it was about an 11-hour, 12-hour trip down to Burnsville, North Carolina. At that location, it was mainly first responders and county employees. There were laundromats and things starting to come online within the county, and the lines were so long that people just couldn't get their laundry cleaned. And we provided a service where they could drop it off. We would do laundry, and then we took their cell phone numbers and reached out when it was done, and they could come pick it up. I came across a woman who had a small scaffold. She was painting a mural on the wall of the side of a building. I asked her what she was doing and told her how beautiful it was so far, and she said that she just felt compelled to get back out there, one, for her own mental health, to start painting again, and then two, she felt like in the mural there was already a rainbow, small rainbow and sunshine, and she felt because of the disaster event, she needed to get out there, make the rainbow bigger, be a sense of hope, make the colors more vibrant. And that was a blessing for me to hear that and start to see how some of the community members are already starting to rebuild and try to take care of each other in that way. Later that day, somebody gave me a call, and it was actually a Pastor Ron Buchanan from Birch Baptist Chapel, and he told me on that phone call that he's been praying that the Lord would bring him three things. One was communications, and he got that through Starlink. Two was hot meals, and he got that through World Central Kitchens, who was all over the area. And the third was showers and laundry, and asked if we would be willing to come to their chapel and provide those services to his community, the community of Ramseytown. And that's what we did. It was probably about typically a 25-minute ride from where we were, but it took us about 2.5 hours, because going down, it was extremely steep, and we had to go about 2 miles an hour. Partway down, the trailer brakes glazed over, and we lost those, so we were going even slower, just inching, taking a lot of breaks down the hill, but we made it. It was a much different location, so it wasn't densely populated. There were some rescue teams that were there using four-wheelers and side-by-side all-terrain vehicles that were going up and down to residents that lived up in the mountains, and they were willing to bring us dirty laundry, and we would clean it, and they would take it back up to the residents that couldn't get down. There were folks shoveling out under the floorboards of a building there where it was just totally mud. So Hannah went over and said, I've got hands to help. So she began to help shovel out the mud, and there was the residents that lived right next to the church who the pastor had never met. That connection happened, and we were able to do 14 loads of laundry for that family that day. But during that time, Lucia, who was the mother that was living there with her son, opened up and was able to share her story about the storm and the flood and how it happened. She shared video with us of the time where a whole house came across her video, and in the video, you could hear her say, "Oh my God, that's Jana's house." Our whole purpose is that it's the hand, we're being the hands and feet of God, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And we'll never know what impact that had to them because of that interaction. But even if it was just for that one family, it was worth going to that location, taking the risk, and getting down that hill. The fourth day, at Bird's Chapel, we had served most of the community, talked to Pastor Ron, and agreed that, it was kind of time to move on, and we weren't sure where that would be. We got a call from Jason was his name, and he said that he has property and his family has a supply depot set up on their property, and it was at the base of the mountain. We got the trailer down and made it to the McKinney Road supply depot. And it was a little bit of a different service for us because not only did they house supplies, they had extra land to have out-of-state volunteers camp there. So there was this pretty cool dynamic of locals coming to get supplies from the supply depot, volunteers from all over the country camping out on the open land of this property. We were there to serve whomever, so it was a mix of folks in the community. A lot of the volunteers used our service to get showers and do their laundry. The great thing that Greg, the patriarch of the family, did was used it as an opportunity to unite the community. Every night at 6 o'clock, he would ring the big dinner bell. It was one of those old farm dinner bells. It was really cool. So everybody knew that 6 o'clock was dinner time. So families from the community, surrounding community came. All the volunteers that were staying there, camping out on the property came. We were there, and it was just a really cool opportunity to interact with not only the community that just went through this horrible devastation with Hurricane Helene that they'd never seen before, but also to kind of fellowship with these volunteers from all over the country. So then after 2 weeks, we had to get home, but we did have some money left over thanks to the generous donations from a ton of people out there. So we got gift cards and wrote personal notes. We gave some to Pastor Ron to distribute. We gave some to Gary and his family to distribute. We made a stop back at the Yancey County Courthouse and placed some in the courthouse for folks there as well. We're already hearing about the great stories from Pastor Ron of the folks that he's shared those with, and that they're being put to good use to get folks going back again with some of that work. 1-7B Foundation serves those experiencing homelessness in the northern Delaware area currently, but as this came up, we definitely saw the need for going, felt the tug by the Holy Spirit, and we went, and we can definitely see us doing this again if there is a need outside of our immediate area of service. Any opportunity and you're moved to do so, if you want to learn more or even donate, you can go to 1-7bfoundation.org. And if you have questions, you can email us at info@1-7bfoundation.org, and it comes right to us, and we'll get back to you.